Hey guys, welcome back to the Oreo Express. Josh here. It's finally Friday. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited. We're going to have an epic weekend. Going to be sharing that weekend with you guys. Let's check this out. We already got somebody gifting a subscription. Texas Bigfoot. Thank you so much. It says Texas Bigfoot gifted one subscription to Oreo Express. Can't thank you guys enough. Angela was in the house, said, hello, it's Friday. That's right, Angela. It is Friday. Cade, Texas says, welcome back. Happy Friday. Hey, everybody. Pixie says, hey, Josh. Old Uncle Bill says, I'm on time today. You know what? Give old Uncle Bill a break today. You know, I know he's been lagging lately, but you know what? Today he managed to grace us with his presence on time. Idaho girl says, finally a live one, right? Thank you for joining us. Nola's in the house, and she says, happy Friday. That is awesome. See Texas Bigfoot. He's checking to see if Homo RW is in the house. Microtaz, probably listening from lunch or from work right now. Hello, Microtaz. Thank you guys for joining us. And Hunter from the Netherlands in here. We got a whole bunch of people joining in right now. I want to say thank you for that. And let's get down here to the bottom. Trina, Sugar Bear, Pixie, no cussing. If you cuss, Pixie will make you put $5 in the swear jar. So you can cuss in the chat. You just got to put $5 in the swear jar. Susan's in the house. And Jan Garner, check that out. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got some of the wokeness, of course, and it's going to be a fun Friday. So we're going to talk about some triggered libtards from the Tesla protests. I just did an X post. And I'll get over it now. I'll get into it now. But if you guys want to know, so there is all kind of groups that tried to figure out who I was. Like somehow I'm just new to the scene and wanted to dox me and get me fired, saying that all kind of crazy stuff. Remember all this stuff? Like all they got to do is go to X and put in Josh Fulfer and you'll find out any dirt. I mean, there's nothing. It's funny when I remember when I was in the People's Convoy, there was communists so mad that I was representing freedom. And that I was showing you guys every day what was going on and people that were fighting for freedoms. And they were doing everything they could, pulling up all the history on me and trying to figure out, well, where's the dirt on this guy? And I just laugh at it. If you guys want to know my history, just Google me. It's all out there. And then they come up with these. You're going to laugh at this one. One of the posts said, and you guys will remember from the protest in Sacramento, the FAFO protest where my camera was stolen. And it was a strong-armed robbery. And a group of Antifa were coming at me. Trans-Tifa, these mentally ill people. My sister pulled out a gun right there outside the Capitol. And there was an FAFO moment. This person literally, these people are saying that I guided my sister's hand. I guided my sister's hand to shoot how does it go? Let me see if it's right here. Where he helped guide her arm to shoot a protester. We're going to talk about all that later on in this show, but you don't want to miss it. It's going to be great. It's going to be absolutely great. And again, these people have nothing positive to say about themselves. You know, I tell you guys all the time. I tell friends. I tell everybody. Thank you, Jan Garner. I just seen something pop up on the screen. It says, thanks, Jan Garner, for the $10 donation. Yes, if you guys want to help us, they're trying to cancel us. We're going to cover that too. And then they said, well, we'll look for his LinkedIn account and we'll call his employer. And someone says, he's self-employed. Well, what's his company's name? Someone says Oreo Express. So I don't know. Maybe they'll call me and ask me to fire me. But thanks to Jan Garner and you guys that donate and keep us on the road, keep us doing things. We're going to have some epic times tomorrow and possibly Sunday. You never know. I don't know Sunday. Sunday we got church. And then I think we got our first T-ball practice for Caden. But we're going to get into all that. And again, we are 100% viewer funded. It is Friday. If you want to help us out a little, we could appreciate it. We could use it. You could go Venmo at Oreo Josh, Cash App, $Oreo Army, or givesendgo.com/Oreo 2024. And we also have our Zelle links. If you want to go to our website, theoreoexpress.com, and scroll down the homepage, and guess what you'll see? You'll see a donate now button. So check it out. And again, happy Friday. Happy Friday, man. It's good to get through the week, and it's good to have a great weekend planned. It's going to be epic. I won't get into too much detail, but check this out. I'm going to show you guys some videos of the 7.7 earthquake in Thailand, man.
ตึกถล่มมาแล้ว
Yeah, prayer. We got some other videos. Prayers from those people at Thailand. And I will say this, 7.7 in most areas would destroy entire communities. I was surprised at how many buildings. There was some accidents we've seen that building collapse. It was obviously under construction. Check this out here. They have a lot of rooftop pools there, I guess. Take a look at this here. See if it's going to keep going. Get going. Not so bad right there. We're going to show you where what appears to be some people.
Mate, what the fuck? Mate. Look, stand up. Look.
We just live in a world today where when something happens, we get so much clear video of it because everybody breaks out their cell phones. I was actually watching, maybe some of you guys seen it. There was a police chase, a foot chase in Santa Monica, and this guy ran onto the pier. And I was watching everybody because maybe like 15 years ago, people would have like got away, and people with families, people with their kid right next to them, right up in it with their cell phones. I might have saved that for today. Take a look at this one. The 7.7 magnitude earthquake occurred in Myanmar. It hit China and Thailand. Take a look at this.
Oh my God!
It appears, if you guys look right here, that somebody was in that pool.
Oh my God!
And you can see them.
Oh my God! Oh! 你这，哎呦我操 ！Oh my God! 是人掉下来了吗？Oh my god!
So that is interesting to say the least. There's some more over here. This is where that crane collapsed that we've seen in an earlier video. And it appears in the crane video that there was an operator in the crane and that he, maybe two of them, I don't know, but it looks like for sure one of them thrown out of the crane. Take a look at this, man. Prayers for all the people affected here. I was listening to a press conference with Donald Trump about an hour and a half ago. One of the reporters said there was just a major earthquake and blah, blah, blah. And Trump says, we're already on it. We're sending them help. Our team has already communicated with those folks. So we're on top of it. So prayers for them. Check this out. Looks like he had a hard hat on, but I don't think he's going to survive that.
น้ำล้นน้ำล้นน้ำล้น น้ำล้นน้ำล้นน้ำล้น
So that was obviously some scary times there in Thailand. I think this was a close-up video or closer-up videos of some of the on the construction site. Now, as I said before, I went through looking at the videos. I probably watched about 50 videos to pick these videos out. But again, right next to this, I was amazed at how the other videos, because again, I'm a Californian. I remember the earthquake, the Battle of the Bay earthquake, when I think it was the World Series between the Giants and the A's, 1989, which collapsed our Bay Bridge. And I remember driving through there probably 3 to 6 months later and seeing a whole lot of destruction. And again, this one in Thailand was 7.7. Take a look at this. Hold on. Of course, when it gets to the good part, it's when we got to reload it. Let's do this. Man, again, there was a video of one of the survivors stuck crying for help. Take a look.
เอาที่ออกได้เอาที่ออกได้ถ้าออกไม่ได้ต้องรออุปกรณ์ได้อุปกรณ์ก่อนนะรออุปกรณ์ลงคนมาแล้ว
So there's no word yet on casualties. Obviously, they're probably still in a recovery process, but again, prayers for all those folks, and I hope they can get everything taken care of. And again, the U.S. is going to be helping them. Jay Cutie says, my sister is in Thailand right now on a mission trip. Wow. Prayers for your sister. Hopefully she's not in one of those affected areas. Thanks for being in here today. Karen's in the house as well. JH Candy Bar. Look at all these folks joining us today. Thank you so much. Appreciate you all. Now this video going around, I think it's the number one issue we face in this country, guys. It's white supremacy. This video was on Monday, this brutal assault of a young teen beaten unconscious and then head stomped at Harwood Junior High School in Bedford, Texas. No arrest made. Looks to me like attempted murder, and then these grown adult teachers or staff do nothing. And some of you've probably already seen it before, but take a look at this.
Oh, shit!
Look right here. What is that person? It looked like staff has something. What does that staff have right here? Pepper spray? Anything. If he has a knife, stab that punk. But again, you won't see this on your legacy media because this is okay. That person is oppressed and they're allowed to create crimes, violent crimes that they're responsible for. It's just absolutely insane what we are watching. And I'm glad I have not been put in a situation to watch somebody do that to somebody. Again, we're old school. I was kicked out of school for fighting when I was younger. It was just a thing. It was part of growing up. It's part of becoming a man. Once somebody was on the ground, you never hit them or kick them. You swing as fast as you can while they're going down. And today we're raising a generation of cowards. Speaking of cowards, let's talk about George Floyd. We know BLM Plaza in D.C. We covered that. That is being removed in D.C. The nation is healing. Salt Lake City is tearing down their mural of George Floyd. Check this out. Take that hit of fentanyl, what happens? You just crumble. Fentanyl's bad for you guys. Fentanyl's bad for you, just to let you know. Thought that was interesting there. And I just want to give you, like, again, if you just join us, we're going to talk about some of the people spreading like extreme lies about me and my family and stuff like that, because we were at the Tesla dealership, the takedown, and we sat there quietly and didn't insult anybody or didn't cause any issues until we were harassed. And all we were doing was filming. They were out there to get attention. We're going to talk about that, but I just want to show you how retarded most of these people are. Yes, I used the word retarded because nothing else explains that. Last night on our show, we covered some of the Fox News coverage of the Doge team. It had Elon Musk and some of the engineers explaining what's going on in different departments, the money that's being saved, all this other stuff. And you got retards like this. Paula Chertok, of course, doesn't have an American flag in their bio. No. They pledge allegiance to Ukraine, and it says yes. It says yikes. I just noticed that two-finger gesture Musk makes when he says go after people is that of a gun shooting. He also leans in and crouches like a predator. That's some seriously scary anger. You can't make this up, folks. And what's amazing is that post has like over 100,000 views. And I'm like, wait, that post has 100,000 views. You only got 24,000 followers. This is their page. And of course, there's a linguist, lawyer, writer, refugee, immigrant, analyzing propaganda, media, Russia, Ukraine. These people are just absolutely insane. But take a look at that picture again. Take a look at that picture again. Does that look evil to you? Oh my God. Well, you know what? He's threatening people with a gun. Oh, there he is. Oh, he's crouching down. Honestly, again, and I've said this before, and again, we will fight and we will put our money where our mouth is. We are going to have immigration reform. It's not that we're just going to deport all these people, but this crap that we've allowed in here, these communists that hate this country, we're done with it. I promise you, there is a shift. Majority of Americans, almost 70%, support the mass deportations. And what's the fake news? Oh my God, this person got deported. They were here for 9 years. Were they here illegally? Too bad, so sad. Again, when the media didn't cover, or Democrats couldn't applaud a family member of somebody who was killed by an illegal alien, all my love went out the door. All my caring, all my sympathy for anybody went out the door, because I'm America first. I'm an American nationalist, and I'm going to put American citizens ahead of anybody else. And if Donald Trump needs help getting those people out, you just call us. You just call us. What else do we got here? This one, Maria del Carmen Lozano, a former government employee at Freddie Mac. She was arrested after she reportedly live streamed herself threatening to blow up this MFing building. Threats came after Bill Pulte, director of Federal Housing Finance Agency, fired over 200 employees as part of an ongoing Doge-inspired layoff. Pulte was in the building at the time of the bomb threats. Domestic terrorism needs to stop. This was posted by Libs of TikTok. Take a look here.
I'm about to blow everything up in Freddie Mac right now, so they know that I'm about to blow everything up in Freddie Mac right now, so they know that this is real and not fake, okay? So give me a few more minutes, Maria Camilo Pelosano, and I will blow up this mother building at Freddie Mac, so people know that this is real, not fake. Upper management knows about this, that we have hacked the brain, used artificial intelligence. Anthony, what are you doing? Hey, Betty. Hey, Frank. Hey, Mike. You doing another live again? Yes, because I want to report you guys. Stop reporting Freddie Mac. Freddie Mac is not doing a thing. Our board of directors are not paying attention to anything that you're doing, okay? Nobody at Freddie Mac is paying attention to none of the lives that you guys are doing, okay? Nobody cares that we have hacked the brain using artificial intelligence, okay? So please put that phone down now and come and work with us, okay? People from Freddie Mac, this is Anthony J. I'm letting you guys know that Freddie Mac as an investor has hacked the brain using artificial intelligence, and we did it with the help of Maria del Carmen Lozano, who has now gotten paid for the past 2 years, but we have been working together. And I have proof in this code that that was the case, okay?
So it looks like, let's see here. Looks like she was arrested. I don't know if it's a Blue Anon person or what, but again, these people that are entitled to jobs, you're not entitled to a job. You can go find another job without my tax dollars paying for it. And I also, I feel bad for people that lose their job, but when the media comes against you and you're just an evil person, and then we lay off 100 people and 12 are veterans, and then they like veterans are all of a sudden the non-binary Black, Indigenous, trans person, like, from 2018, trans Black Lives Matter. What the hell are you talking about? That's what they're doing to veterans now. Like, oh, Republicans don't care about vet. No, we do. We do. That's why we are trying to fix a country to where they can succeed and live a normal and prosperous life, instead of this hellhole that's $2 trillion deficit each year. I thought this was interesting. We've seen Gavin Newsom on his 2028 tour, and he started his podcast. Now he's going on. I seen this Real Time with Bill Maher, and we've covered Bill Maher and some of his comments. And he calls Democrats stupid, saying they're doing the wrong thing. A lot of Democrats have called him out. So he's going to go on Bill Maher to look more moderate. And he put this out today. Again, I don't have HBO. I don't pay for that crap. It says, tune in tonight, Friday. Bill Maher welcomes Governor Gavin Newsom. So again, tonight there will be more of that moderate where he's agreeing with Bill Maher. Well, yeah, no, I think we've overstepped in some areas. No, sorry, Gavin, your state is an absolute crap hole. I get it that a lot of your people that live here, like the retards that go to the Dublin Tesla takedown, I get it. That's crazy. I can't believe people like that vote. I can't believe they're able to feed themselves, to be honest with you. But we'll definitely be sharing some highlights of this on X probably later tonight. Maine Department of Education, check this out, instructs schools to ignore Trump's executive order combating gender ideology. Again, when a school district, a teacher, a school board refuses or promotes to ignore Trump's executive order, they want to confuse and groom your children. They are sick people. They are sick people. And again, I told you, I was glad Trump did this because, again, you're going to see some nasty things happen to some administrators, some school board members, because when you're grooming a child, guess what? There's a plenty of parents that'll spend that will sing every morning when they wake up from prison because they took out the person that was sexually abusing or grooming their child. And it was getting to that point. So this was the Maine Department of Education priority notice. In light of new executive orders issued yesterday at the federal level, the Maine Department of Education is providing the following clarification for school administrative units. The executive order defending women from gender ideology extremism and restoring biological truth to the federal government applies to the federal government agencies, and does not inhibit the force of Maine law or locally adopted school board policies. So that was back in January, right? I wanted to bring that up because it's relevant to the next thing I'm going to show you, and that's Linda McMahon. I want you to listen to this.
Transgender identity. Hello, I'm U.S. Secretary of Education Linda McMahon, joined by Parents Defending Education founder and president Nicole Neely. Today, the Department of Education is announcing an unprecedented directed investigation into the Maine Department of Education for alleged violations of the Family Educational Rights Privacy Act, or FERPA. We have heard disturbing reports that dozens of Maine school districts allow for schools to create gender plans that support a student's transgender identity and then hide those plans from parents, claiming they don't fall under education records. That is unacceptable and unlawful, if true. Parents and guardians have the right to access their child's education records to guide and safeguard their child's mental, emotional, and physical well-being, and we will uphold the law.
Thank you, Secretary McMahon. You are absolutely correct that parents have a right to know what is taking place while their children are under the care of school personnel. So many of these complaints were ignored by the previous administration. The practice of leaving parents in the dark while schools push students to undergo so-called gender transitions, and it became all too common. We're proud to stand with you and President Trump as you ensure that the law is being followed and that school districts do not infringe on parents' rights.
Man, trying to take back our country, but I'm sure there's a judge somewhere, an activist judge that probably has a wife that's on like the teachers union or something that'll try to block everything, but we will win at the end. You know why? God wins in the end. And that's what I got to keep reminding myself sometimes. I just wanted to bring this up. This was an ABC7 article. We've said this plenty of times. We've talked about California, the money they've spent on homelessness, how they can't track billions of dollars. They haven't gotten anybody off the streets. Homelessness has increased. And then when we call for an audit, Gavin Newsom vetoes that because They don't want you to know. It went to their NGOs and their buddies and everything else. This one said an audit ordered by a federal judge of LA's homeless spending found lack of data and financial systems used to keep track of homeless programs causing waste. Could you imagine if we have $1 billion and we don't track where it goes and say, oh, it went to homeless? Well, what homeless program? Was it spent on food? I don't know. It wasn't noted. That's your tax dollars. They don't care. It's your tax dollars. And again, those people protesting Tesla and doing everything else, they're okay with this. They want more of this. They want more of the waste. Many of those people are activists that benefit from these slush funds. It says federal judge questions LA leaders about wasteful homeless spending following audit. We're going to pull this up right here. See if I think they might have a video of it. Let's see. Is this got 19 more seconds to go before that's loaded? Did you see that Trump has filed a RICO civil lawsuit against a bunch of the morons involved in Russiagate? I will look that up. RICO. Check this out. Let's pull this up. Where's the volume?
Haskell live. A federal judge summoning LA's top elected officials as he demands answers in addressing the city's lingering homeless crisis. Eyewitness News reporter Josh Haskell live in downtown Los Angeles, where the meeting comes on the heels of an audit critical of just how much money is being spent to help the homeless. Josh?
And David, when an audit finds that government funds spent on homelessness are missing, that services provided cannot be tracked, and that the results are just not coming fast enough, you have a heated day in court that included the grilling of our elected officials. An audit ordered by federal judge David O. Carter of LA's homeless spending found a lack of data and financial systems used to keep track of homeless programs, causing waste. On Thursday, Judge Carter summoned Mayor Bass, LA County Supervisor Catherine Barger, LAHSA, and other officials, asking them why there continues to be no accountability. Nobody is asking our providers what they did or what services they performed. We may have providers who committed fraud, and we may never know. We may have providers that provided excellent services, and we'll never know. And if we're so short on money, why aren't these providers being sued? These parties owe you that money. Are they waiting for us to get senile or die? Go and get that money. But Judge Carter didn't call for a receivership to take control because he said the city is broke. The LA Alliance for Human Rights, who brought the case, disagreed.
The city isn't going to be bankrupted by a receivership. There's a model for this, which is the California prison system was failing constitutionally, as the city and the county are doing here. A receivership was declared, and a receiver stepped in and took control of the California prison healthcare system. And that did not bankrupt. In fact, it made it run more efficiently and better.
The elected officials in attendance told the court they agreed with many of the findings in the audit, but already knew the system was broken.
I noticed some of the methodology they used and understanding how we do mental health services, provision of mental health services, health services. I felt there was a lack of understanding in how they came to some of the conclusions.
Examining the finances of any operation is always good to do, to check to see how we can be more efficient. What it doesn't do is answer the question of how do we get people off the street and how do we keep people from getting on the street in the first place. And so that's really what we want to focus our time on.
Judge Carter told Bass and Barger, you've inherited an incredibly difficult task, before turning his attention to others responsible for addressing homelessness, including Governor Newsom. Get Gavin down here. He has a blog and he's busy blogging. I'll request him here and embarrass him.
The audit showed that
that's from a judge. I'll request him here and embarrass him, showing him, again, all these are Democrats. There's no Republicans to blame. There's billions of dollars where we don't know where it went. And they don't care. The judge specifically stated you gave all this money and never asked them if they've done anything with it. Again, and we've said this many a times, we've covered some of these so-called homeless activists. They make money off the homeless. That's how they're employed. They want the homeless. If the homelessness problem was solved right now, what would they be doing? Where would their grift come from?
problems. We already know this.
and we are doing everything we can to address these problems. I think that this was a productive hearing, but we know we have much, much more to do.
Yeah, much more to do. Like resign. The person responsible for not taking care of her city in the recent fires that we covered extensively. Just crazy. So I wanted to talk about this. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time on it, but I wanted to just show you how crazy, again, Democrats are. We talked about how they're crying over over the last couple of days, Pete Hegseth, Tulsi Gabbard, and all them, because they use Signal Communications. There was a reporter, some are saying maybe not inadvertently added, but inadvertently added. Some people are speculating it could have been on purpose, because it went off without a hitch. All our soldiers are safe. Everybody's fine. But this is all the media is talking about. They're not focusing on anything else, really. So they've been able to change the news narrative. That would be interesting if that was the case. But what you do have is all these hypocrites. When Lloyd Austin went under anesthesia and surgery and nobody could get a hold of him, he never told the president of the United States at that time that, hey, I'm not going to be available. I'm not going to communicate with you. Biden had no clue. Biden had no clue where he was at half the time. Then 13 soldiers dead because of a botched Afghanistan withdrawal. $85 billion worth of equipment, which they paraded around and laughed in the Biden administration's face. And I just think it's funny,
but there should have been accountability.
To Chris Coons right
Did
here,
you call for Lloyd
CNBC
Austin's
actually asked him about that.
resignation? Not only did we lose did you call for Lloyd Austin's resignation? Not only did we lose 13 service members, we left $70 billion worth of equipment that fell into the hands of the Taliban. A couple of years later, he was out of pocket for 2 weeks and didn't tell the White House. Resign at this point? Are you actually asking for Hegseth and Waltz to resign when you didn't ask for Lloyd Austin?
There is nothing that Lloyd Austin did by getting health care treatment.
Okay, what about Afghanistan? What about Afghanistan? Did you guys forget that? The statute of limitations is over for 4 years?
Still one at a time. We don't want to talk about the 13 soldiers because we actually hate veterans. We only use them as a political ploy.
That's what
the fact that the Secretary of Defense was getting health care is fundamentally different from the Secretary of Defense sharing on an unsecure platform.
It was you just said it was a success. Afghanistan was not a success.
I am not saying that the attack on the Houthis was not a success. I am saying that he demonstrably violated a directive that was just shared in the Pentagon about don't use Signal for classified information. It is not reliably secure. And one of the folks on that group chat was in Russia at the time that information
on
was
a secure line.
Look, all of us use apps like WhatsApp.
You're running out the clock on Afghanistan.
You're running
out the clock on.
It was a mistake for Donald Trump to negotiate with the Taliban an agreement for winding down the Afghanistan war.
Afghanistan was Donald Trump's fault?
If you'd let me finish my sentence, I will.
No, that's what you did say that. You did say that.
It was a mistake to negotiate an end to that war that put Biden in a box. The execution of the withdrawal from Afghanistan was badly handled, and the loss of those 13 Marines was a tragedy.
Should you have asked for Lloyd Austin's resignation from that, or?
I don't know whether Lloyd Austin's the person who should have been held accountable for it, but there should have been accountability.
Should have been, but you didn't call for any of it, Mr. Coons. You didn't call for any of it because Democrats were in the White House. Joe Biden, Dementia Joe, chasing around ice cream trucks. I just love it. I just love it. Every day we've been showing you these videos of the hypocrisy. Donald Trump was at fault for Afghanistan. Donald Trump wasn't in office, sweetheart. I like J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance tears into it.
13 innocent Americans.
This man will make a good president.
I find the American media's obsession with this issue very, very interesting because I happen to remember about 4 years ago when American military leadership made a catastrophic error that got 13 innocent Americans killed in Afghanistan and had about $80 billion of military equipment turned over to one of the worst terrorist organizations in the world. And for years, the American media ran cover for a Biden administration that refused to fire any generals or even launch an internal investigation that was meaningful and substantive about what happened. And now the same American media that covered for the Biden administration after the untimely death and the unnecessary death of 13 brave Americans is really, really interested in forcing the president of the United States to fire someone because of a signal chat. That is not honest behavior from the American media. And if you think you're going to force the president of the United States to fire anybody, you've got another thing coming. President Trump has said it on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday. And I'm the vice president saying it here on Friday. We are standing behind our entire national security team.
Yeah. It's funny. Again, they needed something. They needed to make something out of nothing, and that's what they did. Again, it was beautiful. The signal chat had already been approved. There was actually a directive from the Biden administration that you could use Signal in those for those applications. Check this out. I don't know about you, but I'm telling y'all, we need to get healthy as a team here. I know a lot of people getting healthy, doing their thing. We've been doing it for a while now. And RFK Jr., I thought this was great. So West Virginia, I believe the governor signed a bill banning like those food dyes and stuff. We've pulled them out of they've been pulled out of my house. We don't have anything with artificial dyes anymore. And I want you to listen to what he says about the governor of West Virginia. And again, you guys know I love bluntness. In my household, and I'm just going to give you an example. In my household, if you're gaining weight, somebody's going to tell you. I think it was like 6 months ago, probably about 6 months ago, I was walking around the house with the shirt off. And I'm getting a little gut, guys. I was getting a little gut. And my daughter's sitting on the couch. She's 18. She goes, looks at her mom, and her mom goes, what? He needs to go to the gym. I started laughing. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I just started laughing. And so we do have a lot of bluntness here that probably most households don't have. We're not, again, just like when you tell a boy they could be a girl, why lie to people? Let's be honest. We love the truth around here. Listen to RFK Jr. You're going to love this. You're going to love this.
I got to know, I said to Dr. Morris, or Governor Morrissey, the first time I saw him, I said, you look like you ate Governor Morrissey. And there was a lot of talk about getting healthy again. And I'm very happy that he's invited me to be his personal trainer. And I am going to put him... I'm going to put him on a really rigorous regimen. And we're going to put him on a carnivore diet. We're going to make him raise your hand if you want Governor Morrissey to do a public weigh-in once a month. And then when he's lost 30 pounds, I'm going to come back to the state and do a celebration and a public weigh-in with him. I got to know.
I love this idea. He did say, he goes, I thought Governor Morrissey ate Governor Morrissey. He's obese. But this public, and again, if you ever want to do something, whatever it is, you want to change your lifestyle, don't keep it to yourself. Tell people what you're doing so you get some accountability. I think this is absolutely awesome. So RFK Jr. is putting him, I looked into this, is putting him on a carnivore diet. And I think that the American people see this. Now, the left is upset over this right now. I can't believe he's fat shaming the governor of West Virginia. Well, guess what? The governor of West Virginia, like many of those people that are sitting there crying, cost you, the American people, more tax dollars. We spend more money on healthcare than any other country because we're obese, because we're sick people, and we need to change that. Everybody else says, well, the answer is spending money on healthcare. Well, what happens if you don't need to go to the doctor? What happens when you don't need your medication anymore because you're exercising and you're healthy? Because when you, especially a lot of those people on government insurance, how's that paid for? Taxpayer dollars. And that's one of the cuts we truly need to do. I've said this for a long time. The way insurance works, and people say, well, that's rude, that you just don't care about people. I was like, no, imagine me driving a car right now with no insurance, getting into a wreck. And you guys have heard me say this before, getting into a wreck, and then calling up State Farm or AAA the next day. Hey, I need insurance. Okay, give them all my information. Well, I need it to cover yesterday. Well, why yesterday? We can't do that. Well, I got in a wreck yesterday. Well, you weren't insured at the time. And so what we do as Americans is you sit there and drink and do drugs. A lot of people kill their body for 40 years, 50 years. And then, oh, we're supposed to insure them for the same amount. We call that a pre-existing condition. Now, people have legitimate pre-existing conditions. But guess who gets penalized? The people that worked out, the people that ate healthy, they get penalized because their insurance is still up here. Because why? Because it's a pool. It's a pool. And these people are getting coverage for things they did 10, 5, 20 years ago. It's just crazy. But I love this idea of what he is doing. I can't wait to see the weigh-ins. I can't wait to see how long it takes for 30. So today's the 28th of March. I think this man could do within 2 months. He could do 30 pounds within 2 months. 15 pounds a month. Easily. If you exercise, 90% of it, 80% of it is exercise. 80%, or I'm sorry, diet. 80% of it is diet. If you put good things in your body, good things will happen to your body. If you sit there and you don't do good things, well, garbage in, garbage out, right? That old saying. Check this out. Speaking of health, Utah has become the first state to ban fluoride from being added to the drinking water. Now, this was kind of controversial during the election. It's not controversial with me after all the research I did. And if people want fluoride, you can get fluoride tabs for close to nothing. I think you could probably buy 100 fluoride tabs for pennies on the dollar. But this is Utah has become the first state to ban fluoride from being added to public water systems. Governor Spencer J. Cox signed a bill Thursday banning the mineral addition to the public water supply, which is commonly done to reduce tooth decay. The ban will take effect May 7th. Take a listen to this.
A big win for public. The addition of fluoride to public drinking water has long been considered a big win for public health, one of the greatest health achievements of the 20th century, credited with helping millions of Americans keep their teeth healthy and strong. But now Utah says, well, maybe not. They're going to be the first state it could be to outlaw the practice of adding fluoride to water. Ian Lee went to Utah and met a family that says it would make their medical care much harder.
Okay, we're going to do teeth, all right?
All I want to say, it's usually a very good thing that it's being done if CBS or legacy media is against it. Watch.
Myths are pretty typical.
Open, please.
But there is one part of this Utah family's routine that is not.
Whitley will often have seizures in the morning, and sometimes she'll fall on the ground, and her airway will be compromised.
Kat Smith's 9-year-old daughter, Whitley, was born with a rare form of epilepsy. Because of her condition, Smith says Whitley must undergo general anesthesia anytime she needs routine dental care.
We just try to believe that nothing will go wrong.
Now, Utah is set to make history as the first state to put a full ban on fluoride in public water systems.
The government wants to take fluoride out of the water. What do you think that means for Whitley?
I worry that Whitley will have more cavities, which means she will need more sedations. And
more rolling of the dice.
Yes.
The bill, HB 81, was cleared through the state Senate just last week and is now heading to the desk of Utah Governor Spencer Cox.
For us, it's a medical freedom issue.
State Representative Stephanie Grecius sponsored the bill, which does not allow cities or communities to decide if they can add fluoride to their water supply locally. Instead, the bill does allow for a pharmacist to prescribe fluoride tablets directly to those who need it.
What do you say to the critics who say that you're just playing politics with people's health?
I don't think that communities should get to vote on what prescriptions go into their neighbors' bodies.
The movement against fluoride in drinking water has been growing in recent years.
I think fluoride is a poison.
Even before he was appointed Health and Human Services Secretary, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. pushed against it, calling fluoride an industrial waste and linking it to a number of health issues.
So I'm going to stop it right there. As you can see, CBS is going to be on the pro pharma side of things. And for that daughter, guess what? She can. I find it really interesting. The fluoride tabs, like I said, are pennies on the dollar. Brush your teeth 3 times a day. If your daughter needs to do that 2 times a day, I know most people probably do it 2 times a day. There's fluoride in your toothpaste. I also know a lot of people that use toothpaste without fluoride and they are just fine. But the reason why I came to this conclusion, it's funny that this popped up today, like 4 days ago. I told Rachel I was watching a podcast and all I did was look at the data. So again, we did a lot of things back in the day because we weren't in 2020. Not everybody had access to toothpaste. Not everybody was, again, very hygienic and doing this on a regular basis. There's a lot of things that we need to be personally responsible for. And I agree, because let's just say I want fluoride in my drinking water. I shouldn't force my neighbor to have it in theirs. If I want to get fluoride drops because I want that chemical in my body, then I could be able to go get fluoride, right? But I told Rachel, I was like, man, and he doesn't drink too much tap water, Caden. And he does not use a toothpaste with fluoride. You're actually not supposed to do that for children. If it's so good for you, why do pediatricians recommend to get fluoride-free toothpaste for the first 5-6 years of their life? And I just find it amazing. But associated with arthritis, bone fractures, bone cancer, IQ loss, and IQ loss is the big one. There's been tests. There's actually been some really good tests. If you guys go look at some of the podcast and some of the data that is online, neurodevelopment disorders and thyroid disease. And so now you have Utah saying, you know what? We shouldn't force Jamie and Jan to have fluoride in their water just because Mark wants fluoride in his water. If Mark wants fluoride, he can get fluoride tabs. And or he can just eat toothpaste all day, right? A lot of toothpaste has fluoride. So I thought this was really interesting. I thought that was really interesting. I'm hoping we move forward. California, again, it would take some federal order and then we would sue. But it's good. So yesterday we talked about Canada. Last night and our yesterday afternoon in our late podcast, we talked about Canada. Their talks about the relationship with America is over. We're going to inflict as much pain as America as possible. Again, all for cameras, because they don't want to FAFO with the United States. And again, President Trump means no harm to Canadians. He was elected to put America back on the manufacturing track, to make us the strongest developed nation in the world, ahead of China, ahead of everyone else, and to be able to employ our own people at good paying salaries so that we can boost our economy. And by putting a 25% tariff on the vehicles, that's what he's done. Trump put this out today. I just finished speaking with Prime Minister Mark Carney of Canada. It was an extremely productive call. We agree on many things, and we'll be meeting immediately after Canada's upcoming election to work on elements of politics, business, and all other factors. That will end up being great for both the United States of America and Canada. Thank you for your attention to this matter. That's Trump. Now you have, what was it, Rob Ford or whatever his name is, going to inflict as much pain on the American person as possible. They got to watch out what they do. Again, their economy relies on us, and that's why they're so upset. Their automakers and everybody else have relied off the backs of Americans. and made good money off the backs of Americans when our people could be employed building those cars here in the United States. And that's what we're going to see. It's going to be epic. Going to be epic. I'm not even going to show that one. If I had it, I pulled up another screen. Let's go to some of the Tesla folks, guys. We got to do, it's crazy. And then again, you don't want to miss probably in about 25 minutes, the end of this show. We're going to spend a little time on the libtards that are spreading false information and trying to figure out who Josh Oreo Express is. So this is Oklahoma City. Hey, Oklahoma City, let's make this guy famous. Take a look there. You got this guy, looks like he got Paw Patrol headset right there. Let's see what he did. Oh. There he is, vandalizing on March 27th, which was yesterday. I think we can make him famous. Spent a lot of time doing that, even with cars driving by, like he didn't care. Again, that's Oklahoma City. I know we got some folks from Oklahoma. If you recognize that guy, let's turn him into the police over there in Oklahoma City. Let's get him. We've been catching a lot of them. Check this one. This is Olivia Marie Antoine, a 24-year-old self-described very, very liberal woman, like most of those people at the Tesla dealerships, has been charged with injury and tampering a Tesla in North Carolina. According to police officials, Antoine, I think is how you say it, allegedly drew the word Nazi and a swastika on the car in broad daylight. Tell me this surprises you. Just look at this person. Tell me, fits right out of that Cracker Jack box of libtard protesters. Poor her. This guy, again, imagine driving with your child and you're in a Tesla and this is what you're dealing with. These people are out of their mind.
Hi, TikTok. Hi, Live. Yeah, go ahead. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. You're not paying attention. I'm paying attention to you.
Why is it always the homos, man?
Hey, you Joe Biden looking motherfucker. You suck my dick, you fucking faggot. You faggot. Oh, God. Jody, he just hit somebody. Jody. Oh, God. Hi, TikTok. Hi, Live. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I hope to. These people have lost their mind, folks. These people have lost their mind. Hi, TikTok. My gosh. It's like when we were over there in Dublin and you had that guy pretending to be a woman and he wanted everybody to play along with him. He's got a mental health problem. He honestly needs to be locked up in some insane asylum. We're done playing your games, all right? I hope they're watching right now. We're going to be talking about you Dublin folks here in a little while. Oh, man. It isn't funny the kids got hit. Prayers to the kids. I hope they're fine. But this is how bad the mental illness is. This is how bad the Tesla derangement syndrome instead of Trump derangement syndrome. I'm going to play it one more time. Just listen to the guy when he realizes what he did.
Fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. You're not paying attention. I'm paying attention to you. I can do it too, you fucking dumbass. Hey, you Joe Biden looking motherfucker. You suck my dick, you fucking faggot. You faggot. Oh, God. Jody, he just hit somebody. Jody. Oh, God.
It just reminds me, we've been at protests where people have flipped us the bird at a Trump flag wave and they rear in the car in front of them. We've had so much stuff happen like this. That is insane. Dude needs, again, there's just some people that shouldn't have driver's license. There's some people that shouldn't even be out in public. I mean, that guy is not only a threat to children walking on a crosswalk. I'm sure there's many, probably other children for other reasons. He's part of the cult, the alphabet cult. Cybertruck vandalized Rutland, Vermont. Everyone share this video. Please share to make this stupid man famous. Let's see. And there he is. There he is. Brave, brave, brave. Let's see what else we got. Oh, looks like we might have got a Nola. Thank you. I missed this 53 minutes ago. Says, here's something for your expenses. Can't wait to see what you're going to do. Thank you very much. You will enjoy it. I promise that. It'll be patriotic and then it'll be fun. Trust that. What else? Police are looking for the public's help to identify a man who damaged 3 Tesla vehicles at the Pinebrook Commons shopping plaza in Bradenton. Is that how you say it? Bradenton, Florida. $7,000 in damage, folks. It was posted by Breitbart. So not very good pictures. Hopefully they update that and get some other stuff out there. Again, New York PD has released footage of 2 vandals caught carving a swastika and the word Nazi into Tesla. That is the Democrat, that is their logo now. They went, you remember this, Democrats are the party of the KKK, the party of the clan bake. And we've seen this time and time again. Nothing's changed in that party. They've always diverted what they do and blame it on somebody else. Whatever a Democrat accuses a conservative or a Republican of, you just got to look back at them. And so their little swastikas, that is who they are. That is who they are. Take a look at this. Look at these 2 guys. So hopefully somebody notices those folks. NYPD is looking for them. It was in front of 730 Monroe Street. I think they'll get caught. I think those 2 will get caught. What else do we got? Oh, check this out.
Build a car, and if you build a car,
Teslas right now. Donald Trump talked about this during his campaign, and I thought it was great. A lot of times, like when you talk about tax write-offs, so before, if you don't have kids, I mean, if you have kids, you have a tax write-off. But a lot of Americans who rent don't have the tax write-offs that make a huge substantial difference. Now with children, it's a whole different point, man. You want 5 kids when it comes to tax time. But like a lot of people, they don't have deductions other than that. And when you buy a house and you're paying that interest and everything else, you get a pretty good deduction on that, right? It's the way taxes work. Well, Trump is he is talking about if you buy a car in the United States that's made in the United States, your interest on that car will be tax deductible. And I've heard people say, oh my God, this only helps out the rich. And I'm like, holy heck. I've had troubles with credit in the past. I've had 16% interest rate on a car before I started going through my credit union when I was younger. So you're telling me at the time, I think car payment was like $280 a month, and I'm paying 16% interest on that loan. You're telling me that wouldn't have helped me out when it came to tax time? I won't figure it out. Maybe I will. Let's see. I'm just going to go to Grok. Again. Let's go $35,000 loan. Let's do $30,000. You can buy some brand new cars at $30,000. Let's just go 15% interest. Interest rates are kind of high right now, right? Because of the Biden economy. 15 is probably pretty low for people that don't have great credit. So I asked how much interest would be accumulated on a $30,000 car loan with a 15% interest over a 5-year term. I love AI. Key details from 15 loan term step 1. Okay, let's see. Where's the damn answer? So on a $30,000 loan at 15% interest for 60 months, which is 5 years, that's $12,978.60. So think about that for a minute. You get to write off that $12,000. And it's not all at one time, obviously. Each year, just like I do on my home. When I do my taxes, I write off my interest on my house on my home. It's going to be no different. You're going to get a statement from your bank or the place that gave you your auto loan, and you're going to say, so let's just say this is 60 months. So let's just break it down. 12,000 divided by 5 years. You're a little over close to 2,500 a month or a year in interest. And again, the interest is going to be more as the loan's higher. So the first couple years, you're going to have a pretty substantial write-off. This gives Americans that live in an apartment that have no kids an actual write-off that they normally wouldn't get. This doesn't help the rich. This helps everyone. I just find that crazy. And again, I don't know why Democrats are against helping out the regular folks. But let's listen to it.
And if you build a car in the United States, and one thing that I just spoke with John Thune about, I just spoke to Mike Johnson about, Speaker, we're going to do something that has never been done in this country before. I'm very proud to say it was my idea. And so sometimes a simple idea, they say, how'd you think of that when it's so simple, it was never done? If you buy a car in the United States that's made in the United States, if it's manufactured here, when you borrow money, if you borrow money, you have interest payments. We're going to let you deduct the interest payment for income tax reasons. And I think that's going to more than pay for itself. I think people are going to be, they've never had a deduction. You know, deductions are supposed to be for like rich people, and it's unfair to have that. But rich people are, I think I know more about deductions than any human being on earth. But, you know, the truth is that people that are middle income people that buy a car and actually have to borrow money, they're going to now get an interest deduction on their car if it's made in the United States.
Talk about America first, guys. Like, I just can't tell you how pleased I am with these policies. And again, helping out, guess what that does? That could create a boom in car. I mean, if you're middle class, if you and your wife are working and you have 2 kids and you guys live somewhat comfortably, let's say your combined salary, and I'm not talking about in San Francisco, but your combined salary is $110,000, $120,000 a year. You get new cars every so many years. you're looking at trading in your vehicles when this passes and buying 2 more, 1 for each of you, and deducting that at the end of the year. Bottom line, especially right now, the reason why home sales are somewhat down in some areas, and you're not, it's not what it was when Trump was in office last time, is because those interest rates. I pay 3.25% on my home loan. I think they're like 6.5% right now for a home loan. More for a car loan. So this is awesome. Chicago Brew says writing off interest is not something new. It is for car loans. I just said I write off my home mortgage every year. That is a write-off. And I don't think it should be for credit cards or things like that. Again, if you do a credit card, you're just making the banks do well. You're not making auto industries do well. You're not making factories do well. Again, this is a part of an America First agenda. Again, I can talk. I don't do credit cards. I don't do anything on credit. But I mean, a car I do. But I just think that this agenda, like I said, they wanted people inside homes. When you buy a home, and it's always been thought this way in the United States, that's your retirement. That's your nest egg. You want to, buy a house when you're 30, 35, have it paid off when you retire. So that way, if all you have is Social Security, you only pay unfortunate property taxes and your cost of living, the house is paid off. It's also generational wealth, if you will. And they wanted generational wealth. That's why in the homes that you get that. But I think J Law Bronco says, I'm at 265. Man, I'm jealous. That's I'm over 0.5% above you. But yeah, no, with credit cards and stuff, I think, again, I'm not a fan of writing off interest to credit cards by any stretch of the imagination. Probably only benefits Capital One. Let's see what's going on here. I just want to show you this story before we get into the fun stuff, which is coming. MSNBC, I love their headlines and how they do this, guys. Look at this headline. Incredible. Trump admin reportedly deports man over autism awareness tattoo. Chris Hayes sits down with the Mother Jones reporter Noah Leonard, who spoke with the family of those detained in the Salvadorian prison. So it says, incredible. Trump admin reportedly deports man over autism awareness tattoo. Now, do you think he was deported because of a tattoo or because he was here illegally, MSNBC? Well, we know why. They can't deport American citizens. These people and their fake headlines and everything. Who cares what he could have had Jesus tattooed on his arm. He could have had, any holy prayer in the world. If he's here illegally, that's why he's being deported. Just crazy. Just crazy. I get a kick out of it. We've been covering Judge Boasberg, who has put the block on getting violent Trinidad members out of the United States. He wants those violent gang members to be here in the United States. And it says that Judge Boasberg has extended his block on Trump deportation flights via the Alien Enemies Act for another 2 weeks until at least April 12th. The Trump admin is asking the Supreme Court to step in and overturn Boasberg and Circuit Court panel to restart these removals. So again, we said this was going to happen. They've been in the process. They're asking the Supreme Court to step in and say, is the judge acting as the president? Does he get to take care of national security, or does the president and his administration get to do that? Hopefully, Supreme Court will make the correct decision there. And this was another one. What was it? CV. I'm trying to think. This was down near San Diego. Has issued an apology. I think we might have covered it. I think I had it listed to covering about the school that had a job fair for their high schoolers. And when Border Patrol got there, they asked them to leave. Listen to
several
this.
of his recruiters were at a I'm Athena Gerage reporting in Thermal. I want you to take a look at this Instagram post. It was released last night by the El Centro Border Patrol chief. He says while several of his recruiters were at a career fair at Coachella Valley High School, they were kicked out by the school's principal. Now he says they're pushing a political agenda. Well, I've just spoken to CVUSD Superintendent Dr. Esparza. She tells me this was all a miscommunication and that principal is now being dealt with. Well, we're breaking down both sides' concerns on this issue.
So the Coachella Unified School District having a job fair. And just like when you go to job fairs at your local high schools, at least my high schools, they had highway patrol, border patrol. They had the Army. They had they want everybody to enlist in the services. They have local manufacturing plants, local businesses, and everything you could think of. Well, it seems like Coachella Valley Unified School District decided to kick out Border Patrol. I'm glad they put them on blast. Say the principal's being dealt with. I hope they're being dealt with severely. Okay, time for a little fun. I want to show you guys some posts. Look at this. I won't say too much information. Again, we have a lot of information on a lot of people, and we keep it because of things we're doing, and we'll release more information when the time is right. But if you remember, we were down at Tesla 2 weeks ago. Was it 2 weeks ago? Where they were doing a Tesla takedown protest. Most people, I would say 97% of the people there were 65 or older. There was no energy whatsoever. Typical hippie communists is what I call them. And we went in there and we didn't say anything. Walked up. I wasn't wearing any MAGA stuff. I didn't even have a hat on, guys. Because all I brought with me was MAGA hat. So I don't want to wear a MAGA hat out there at that time. I just wanted to go document the protest. Earlier that day, we documented a protest without them knowing we documented. I held banned Tesla signs. Me and Robert had fun with a group of people because we wanted to see how horrible their organizing was, if people were being paid. There's still some information we can't release yet because we're still working on some details. So then we go over to Dublin. And we went live there, and you guys could watch. We were just sitting there talking, and while we were sitting there, of course, their people didn't like cameras there. They had this organizer with a little orange vest on, and he came following us around. I just waved to him. How you doing? We were having fun. I was walking across the street, and this guy's like taking pictures. I was like, hold on, get me with my cigar pose. And I had my cigar. Actually, I have my cigar in this picture right here. And then so when we got back, we knew there would be some posts on Facebook. Well, those posts have grown and grown and grown. And of course, false information. And there's some stuff you guys are really going to love right here. Again, and I'm glad that we got all their information before they were able to scrub anything. But check out Dewey Dang. Oh, this one don't have everything. So this was shared by Kyoka Takayama. If you just look up that name, she's your typical commie that's goes to these board meetings. Again, just an activist. But it said 2 agitators at the Tesla takedown rally in Dublin. See what he's flashing? They also yelled racial epithets towards protesters. Now, I do all my stuff live. I've never yelled anything racist or racial epithets. There might be things that you don't like, but they're usually, as far as I know, they're always factual. And the only thing I said is, look it, that woman is wearing a Fang Fang shirt. It was Eric Swallowswell. Remember Eric Swallowswell, the one that slept with a Chinese spy? Yeah, so I call it. That's not a racial epithet. And this right here is an AOK symbol. We've been all over the news for it. And again, we do it to trigger you, to get you to talk, to help get us out so people know that we're out and about. 100% to trigger you. We love it too. And then, so look at some of these other posts. I just found it just extremely. So this was shared by Kyoka Takayama. And this is just funny. This is Kyoka, the one that looks like your typical Bam, by any means necessary, commie, one of those Bay Area people. And this one right here says, Catherine, I don't believe he has violated his probation since he posts all of his footage. So they're over there, again, slandering with defamation, saying that I'm on probation. Remember when they tried to do that when the people protesting, the miserable people protesting 17 said, oh, he's on probation. This is a violation. I've talked to his probation officer. And then every time they would call the cops or something, they would walk out and they'd say, run our names. And, okay, have a good day. Again, they like to lie. But listen to this. Listen to this stuff. I love it. It says all the footage live on various social media platforms. However, I have put a call into the probation department in hopes of speaking with his probation officer. I want you guys to listen to this. I want you guys to listen to this because these people will be held accountable and not on a live stream because, again, it's slander. And, again, if you have anything legit that you want to come after me, Abs, please do. I do everything public. I'm live. I tell you, 90% of the time, I tell you where I'm going. Unless we want to make a surprise visit. Listen to what they put. He has been with his sister to an LGBTQ protest where he helped guide her arm to shoot a protester. Oh, Paige Turner. Paige Turner. I seen this and I just started laughing. I love it. It makes us, well, one of their other posts said, make them famous. So we will be back out at Dublin, maybe tomorrow, maybe not. But within a month, we'll be out at Dublin. And we're going to have some signs that say, make me famous. Because they said, let's make them famous was one of the comments. But hold on. Let's read that again. This is on Facebook. This is on Facebook, folks. Take a look at this. He has been with his sister to an LGBT protest where he helped guide her arm to shoot a protester. And here comes this lie again. But he cannot carry a gun. He's already been charged with violating his probation by possession of ammunition. Now, those that have been watching know when the DOJ was coming after me and they tried to do false charges and never charged me with anything because they wanted my name in the news. Because, again, they're a bunch of crooked scum. And that's why we have Trump in office to change all that. And so there's a whole thread about me, guys. There's a whole thread. But I didn't know that I guided my sister's arm to shoot a protester. Did you guys know that? Man, talk about FAFO. Let's go. And this person says down here, again, cancel culture, those people. Delia Munez, nerd. We can try to find his LinkedIn and contact his employer if he's employed. Once again, they want to get people fired for their First Amendment rights. These are the same people protesting that they want somebody who shut down a college campus that's not even a United States citizen, that supports terrorists and have passed out terrorist propaganda that we have labeled a terrorist group at our college campus. They want him released and living in the United States. But an American citizen that just says we support Elon Musk, we support Doge, they want fired from their job. Imagine this. Imagine this. And these people are miserable. They don't work. These people are all living off Social Security. That's what they're living off of. Check this out. It says, this is a response. Yes, Fresno, they haven't returned my call. So Paige Turner is calling probation in Fresno, California. I haven't followed up yet, Paige says. And then this person is the one that says, we can try to find him on LinkedIn and contact his employer. And Paige Turner says he is self-employed. Listen to this. He's a notorious criminal known as one of the Fresno Three. Ironically, the third one was killed in a DUI crash a year ago while driving a Tesla. Tonight on 60 Minutes, one of the Fresno Three, Josh Fulfer, exposed for his notorious criminal behavior. I love it. And we're going to spend a lot of time with Delia and her neighborhood over the next couple months and saying hi. We're going to go to some of their community events. We're going to go to some of their council meetings. We're going to have fun with these people. Again, UFA, UFO. You shouldn't be lying about people. And then it says, what is his business? And Paige Turner tells Dahlia Oreo Express is one. So some of these retards are probably watching right now. And you guys, before you do the stupid stuff, you should watch how many years I've been doing this and how I don't get mad. I laugh at this, but I do get even in legal ways. There's a lot of ways. There's a lot of ways to get even legally. And you will be crying in about 3 weeks and calling the police saying, oh, this, and they're going to say, he hasn't broken any laws. That's his First Amendment right to be outside your home. Oh, he was outside your work? Well, he was on the sidewalk. Well, oh my God, he went to your daughter's work? How dare him? Again, when you lie, there is repercussions for that. When you sit there and say that that I guided my sister's hand to shoot a protester, there's going to be some consequences. And we love you. We love you. And thank you for posting publicly. Again, we got this from many of our viewers. And the reason why it reminded me is a good friend, Charlie, up in Sacramento. We had all this stuff within days of the protest. But I was making sure we had everything screen recorded and all the information of these people's profiles, who their friends were, who their family was, because again, sometimes it's not always easy to find these people at their registered address. And so I just thought it was incredible. There was more. Let me just give you an idea of who is promoting this. Remember I said Kyoko Takayama? Let me show you who Kyoko Takayama. Let's deport her. Kyoko, hold on. I gotta figure out how to spell this. Typical lying leftist libtards. Look at, she's all over the place here. And it says profile for Kyoko Takayama, digital democracy. Check this out. I want to show you because we know Indivisible has been backing some of these protests with violence. That's the George Soros group. She speaks on a lot of different stuff. This is Digital Democracy and Cal Matters. It's when July 5th, 2023. These are all the times that she has given testimony on assembly bills. It looks like this is, you can actually watch that. But hold on. Let's see, was it this one? No. Let me pull this up. Senator McNerney honors Kyoko Takayama as Woman of the Year for District 5. These are the people that's spreading misinformation.
From Senate District 5, escorted by Senator McNerney, Kyoko Takayama. Since 2013, Kyoko Takayama has organized tirelessly for healthcare access with Covered California and La Familia, immigrant rights with Families Belong Together.
Families Belong Together, La Familia, the ones that has been caught registering illegal aliens to vote.
Climate justice with March for Science, and countless other grassroots causes. From the Tri-Valley to San Joaquin, Senate District 5 communities can count on Kyoko to lead with wisdom and tenacity.
So this person, quote, Woman of the Year, is out there spreading false information about a shooting of a protester, or allowing that on her Facebook. She wasn't the one that put that there. Let's see what else we got here. Kyoko Takayama, Livermore, California, United States. Oh, that's I don't want to go to that one, I don't think. I don't want to give you all that information yet. Oh, hold on. Where's this one? Kyoko Takayama. She, her, fully vaxxed. Look at, I'm not even lying to you. And she got the old coconut tree for her losing candidate, Camel Toe Harris. Check this out. Organizing. Look at Indivisible right there. Swing Left TV, all on the line. Roe v. Wade vote, Our Revolution. A lot of the same places that the terrorists that firebombed the Tesla dealership in Las Vegas, same ties, same organizations, folks. Let's see. What else do we got here? It's just fun to do. It's just fun to do sometimes. We won't go through that one. But you guys get the point. There's more. We're going to be doing probably a show on this. Again, I can't give away too much information right now because, again, it kills some of the stuff we're going to be doing. But I do want to say, again, they say I'm self-employed. That is only because of you guys. And in order to continue doing that, it comes from your donations. We are 100% viewer funded. And if you would like to help out, if you would like to bless us with a donation, we could really use them. Venmo at Oreo Josh, Cash App, $ Oreo Army, or givesendgo.com/Oreo 2024. I think Nola and Jan did a donation earlier. Thank you, Nola and Jan. That will give me time to go to the gym. So when my sister pulls out the gun and getting ready to shoot a protester, I can forcefully put it towards the protesters, right? Can't make this stuff up, guys. If you want to help us out through Zelle, go to our website, theoreoexpress.com. Maybe some of you commies watching should go check it out. And you, those commies, we'll see you soon. We will see you soon. We got some plans in the works. Want to say thank you guys for your donations. We can't do it without you. We appreciate you. And again, stay tuned for tomorrow. It's going to be fun. I think you guys will really enjoy. But once again, if you guys want to help out, we appreciate it. Venmo at Oreo Josh, Cash App, $ Oreo Army, or givesendgo.com/Oreo 2024. We will see you guys. We won't be having an afternoon show. I did this one kind of late because I had some stuff to do to this morning. Unless something breaks. If something breaks, we will go live. But we got some stuff to take care of and get ready for tomorrow. So God bless y'all. Have a good day, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, J-Law.